Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's the opening bell for Seth Briefs. Welcome to today's session. It is now 12:32 GMT, Friday the 30th of October. And it is, as we say, a runaway train out there, ladies and gentlemen. Stocks are falling off. Everything is selling off. It's the drop that many people had predicted and felt. Here's a look at the popular Tadawul, which we made plenty of money trading on all the way up. It's over. It's down. It's in free fall, ladies and gentlemen. It's in free fall. Let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Now, here's the key that really is a significant reversal and not some 2-bit correction. The Nasdaq has been the index of choice for stock traders for some time now because, well, it's just been rising so steadily since the pandemic. Let me give you a longer shot picture here. Here's the pandemic, and it's just been vavoom vavoom. Well, here it took a break. It couldn't really get up to that past high again, and now it's really on its way down. And it's crossed significantly over the 200-day moving average. So that's a major indicator for a lot of people. Let's see what Elder has to say about this. Yes, it's a negative in the Elder index as well. So the signals are quite clearly down on this asset. And this is the Nasdaq. This is the indicator that was the most justifiably rising during the post first phase and summertime recovery, because that's where the money was being made. And the S&P was carried largely by the tech stocks in that index, but the Nasdaq was mostly tech stock, or was heavily tech stock oriented, and so therefore the rises were largely justified. And therefore, when the Nasdaq falls off, that's a sign that the sell-off has truly begun in earnest. If you want any more confirmation, just take a look at the S&P, which is a much broader indicator of the. This is the September. This is the fall off in October. Let's just get a smaller view. This is the run up in. Let's get one more smaller view. Sorry, no, we can't. This is the run up from the April. Well, we'll go to the 4-hour. Here's the fall off from the pandemic. Here's the run up surpassing the pandemic, but it looks like it's over now. This is the S&P. Yes, it's a similar chart pattern, and for that matter, it's a similar chart pattern around the world, more or less plus minus. Here's the run up post summer, August. Here's the little thing, and now Europe's in free fall. Now, if we heard. So that's it. The markets are in sell-off, so you want to sell and sell short. Sell the indices short. Take whatever cash you can get together and put it into short positions on the markets, because this week is a real kick. We're going to want to do our homework this weekend and read and catch up. But Mrs. Lagarde gave us a major speech yesterday saying in December more cash is going to roll in. I think that the idea is that the indicators are clear from what happens in the elections, the U.S. elections. That way there they can coordinate, maybe get more bang for their buck. If it's seen that the ECB is going to ease up or buy more or whatever, pump more money in somehow or other. What do you mean somehow? Pump more money into the pockets of the wealthy by buying corporate bonds, government bonds, keeping the yields on those bonds. In other words, making it cheap for them to keep borrowing, to pump more money, to borrow more bonds. Also, how much help is going to be given to the guy that doesn't own bonds, the average citizen who's out of work, who's suffering. If you take a stroll down any of your downtown areas, I'm sure it's the same wherever you are. It's bad news out there. There's a lot of people suffering. There's a lot of people out of work. But there's a lot of people at home trading. And the volatilities are high. The volumes are tremendous. The capital markets are functioning and functional. So sell and sell short, ladies and gentlemen. One last note that I want to point out, of course, is the Turkish Lira, the hapless Turkish Lira. The dollar lira is just every single time we make a trade, it's going only one way. Yes, it will reverse at some point, but not at this moment. The Elder index is in positive territory. Volumes are growing. It's above the 25, the 50, and the 200 moving day average, and they're all moving up. And Erdogan seems as helpless as a duck in a shooting gallery. I don't know nobody knows what's going on, other than the fact that they're using their valuable foreign currency to buy increasingly worthless lira. So, this is a great trade. this is the same trade that Soros made in 1992 against the Bank of England. He made $1 billion. Now, yes, he was able to take a huge position, so that's how he did it. But it's the same trade. So if we have $5,000 or $50,000 or whatever amount we want to put into this trade, that same kind of return is available. It's a rare, unique event. Well, that's not unique, obviously. The last one was 1992 with Soros and the Bank of England. But when was that? That's nearly 30 years ago that you see a central bank trying to beat the market. And that's a fool's errand if there ever was one. Just ask Mr. Majors. John Majors was the I think Mervyn King was the Bank of England chair, and they tried, and ultimately they had to say, "So okay, game over. We're not selling anymore. About dollars for these fakakte Turkish or British pound at the time." So that's going to happen sooner or later with the pound dollar, but not now. I'm sorry, not pound dollar, dollar lira. So I just want to make that clear. This is a great trade, and there are other trades out there, but what we're seeing is, and this is the message I want you to carry into the weekend and think about before you set up your trades in the next week. The pandemic is raging. It's starting to sink in. There's not going to be any vaccine anytime soon. Nothing's going to change materially that much until probably the end of 2021. Maybe more people will be working from home, but and so the tech stock. But look at the tech stocks. Tech stocks reported out this week all had above expectations in their earnings, but people saying, sayonara to that. It's nice while it lasted, but it's the warning lights are flashing. Sell and sell short. So that's my message today. Where it's about as long as I want to go. This is your host, Seth Julian, wishing you all, ladies and gentlemen, the ability to trade with confidence. Bye-bye for now.